Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Let me welcome the participants one by one, then a look at the topic of tonight's live chat. Interesting topic, by the way. I've been working on it for several days. Now I think I'm in a position to share my findings with you. Horner K, first viewer who commented, says he's first. Simon Tesfaye, Abe Mado joined after some time. How are you, Abe? Bacha Nigari saying Happy Easter, Sajid. By the way, two viewers in comment section today said, Sajid, it's very unprofessional. You did not wish Happy Easter to the people. You don't respect your viewers. Well, just let me explain a little. The viewers of my views on news are from different countries, different religions, different ethnicities, different nationalities. I have nothing to do with their religious days. I respect all of them. So I'm a Muslim, but I don't wish Muslims on Eid or Ramadan. Those who individually wish me, I sometimes reply to them. But I mean, Muslims celebrated Eid ul Fitr a few days ago. I don't wish them. Why? Because that's not what my job is. I am not here to wish Muslims or Christians or Jews. If I start sending and expressing such messages and sending such messages, I will lost count of the days, religious days of Jews, Muslims, Wakifanas have their days too. How will I ensure that I congratulate everyone? I might not be able to do that. That's why I avoid it. I respect everyone who watches me, no matter what their ethnicity is, no matter what their religion is. Yarid Kasse here, Mr. Mirage TV join. This man here, Energy Harmony join. Rom Ticha joined to Rom Ticha is a member too. So the first member who joined tonight is Rom Ticha. Welcome, Rom Ticha. Damito Silale Mahmoud Lobinet. Abe Mado says, Muni Muni thinks I am Yemasgan. Well, I don't think that you are Yemasgan. Horner K says, Sajid said, you're going to talk about RRT and TPLF alliance and what the outcome may be. No, I was working on this topic for several days. You know that I was due to speak on this topic on Friday, but I postponed and I chose a new topic on Friday. Same happened on Sunday, on Saturday too. I've been delaying this topic for the last 2 days. Rom Picha says that I've been suspended from chart, live chart or live chat until 25th of April. Interesting. Error Post is saying Avil Said is a traitor. Come on, Error Post. No one would believe that Avil Said visited Adegrat without consulting Error government. Come on. Tom here. A at sound. Uh, Join to. Let me explain the topic a little, then I'll speak. Where are the. Yeah, room teacher, you are right. Tonight is my last live chat. Formocon here. Uh, where are these Tigray dissident fighters based? Are they based in southern Tigray? Are they based in Afar? If they're based in Afar, where in Afar? Is Afar regional government on board? How many are they? Are they armed? What is the best strategy to tackle them? This is what I want to talk about in tonight's live chat. BB joined. BB says, keep it up, the good job, and thank you. Thank you, BB. Your appreciation matters a lot for me. Redemption joined says, the youths of Tigray are finally rising up and heading to the Afar desert to take up arms against TPLF. My life says Avil did not visit Adigrat. It was a fake story. It was inside Eritrea. Well, he met with that TPLF activist. So, are you saying that TPLF activist visited Eritrea? They met somewhere. Where? In Adigrat or in Eritrea? I think the video is very clear, posted by Avil. He visited Adigrat. Elishade joined. Elishade, I think we were in touch on Twitter, if I'm not wrong. But we got out of touch there. What is the reason? Are you the same Elishade? Gamacho Gole joined. My life. Bork BBU here. A Sound says they have been training in Afar even when Gitacho was in power in Makale. Question is, where in Afar? Where in Afar? Abe said, do you think North will unite? Let's restrict ourselves to tonight's topic. Elisha, they do get in touch with me on Twitter or through my Gmail, SAJID672000 at the rate of gmail.com, because you were very helpful for me. You helped me a lot in covering the conflict in Amhara in a neutral manner. You helped me in understanding the background to the developments in the region. So I would request you do get in touch with me through my Gmail if you can manage, if it's safe for you. Okay, wait, let me start now. Let me speak open-minded join to welcome open-minded. We have Simon Tisfai's comment. Johannes Asamahu or the North. Well, the North or Tigray, Amhara, Johannes, come on. Sajid knows. Perhaps you know better. You should know better. Somali joined to. Mikhail said these dissidents are no threat to TPLF. They are only a few fighters. Okay, Mikhail, I'll explain. Then you can give your opinion to how many are there, where are they based. Let me speak, please. Adone join to. Can I start, viewers? Let me speak for around 10 minutes. Assumptions join says Ahlan wa sahlan Ustaz Sajid. I think it means welcome, Sajid. Welcome back. Welcome to you as well. Assumptions, not welcome back. Okay, Simon. Let me start, viewers. I want to speak for a few minutes. Let me explain the areas where TDF 2 or Tigray youth fighters are based. What are they doing? How many are they? Is Afar government on board or not? Well, let's talk about numbers first. Because people say, Sajid, you are just exaggerating the numbers. They are only a few fighters. Just one viewer said that they are no threat to TPLF. You're blowing them out of proportion. When Shivit Baitio released a video, people said he was the one fighter with a gun, and he recorded a video uh, in a forest, uploaded. That is why people should not be deceived. There is no armed uprising coming against TPLF. Then came the second video, which shows over a dozen Tigray youths getting salaries. Then came the third video, which showed several dozen fighters. Now, question is, how many are they in total? Well, I want to share a very safe estimate with you based on my talk with the people. Their number is not in hundreds. Their number is in thousands. That is what I can tell you for sure. There are several thousand. When you say there are several thousand, it means that there would be uh, less than 10,000. This is a very conservative estimate, by the way. This is a very conservative estimate. Number could be higher, bigger. I'm saying several thousand. So those who have been saying that only a few fighters are posting videos and they're not a threat to TPLF, it's not a serious issue. Please review your estimates. There are several thousand reported. First point. Second point is where are they based? Are they based in Raya Lamata or in a far region? It sounds as compared with 250k TDF soldiers. Well, H. Okay, let me respond to this comment, and please don't comment again. Let me finish. How many are ENDF? Tens of thousands, maybe 500,000. How many are Fano fighters? Not even 100,000. Less than that. But you saw what happened in Amhara in the last 2 years. Entire region destabilized. So don't underestimate the number of these Tigray fighters. Let me continue. Let me finish. Then you can comment. You can ask questions. You can write comments. So second point is, where are they based? Well, they were based in Raya, Lamata, and Afar, but now majority of them is based in 5 locations in the Afar region. Some in Raya too, Raya Lamata, but majority is in Afar. Firstly, Abala. Abala is on Tigray Afar border. From Makale, you can go to Abala. Mountainous area. Abala was seen a fighting between Tigray and Afar fighters during Tigray war. Firstly, Abala. Secondly, Birahle. Birahle is to the east and north of Abala, towards Eritrean border side. So then Birahle too. It means they're not just in border areas. Birale is not on Tigray, a far border. It's away from the border. And if you remember, during the war, there was fighting between Tigray and Afar fighters in Birale. Thirdly, uh, Magale, which is to the south of Abala, to the east of Raya Elamata, to the east of Mahoney Macho, you can say. Fourthly, Rabti. Fifthly, Yellow. Yellow, Warada. Yellow, Warada, Rabti, and Magale are situated to the east of southern Tigray, which is still being controlled by Getachew group. Haftokiros today posted a message in connection with Easter. He is Southern Zone administrator. He's from Getachew group. So they're based in 5 different locations in the Afar region. At the same time, they have presence in southern Tigray. But since they fear that any time Tigray military could launch a major operation against them in Raya, southern Tigray, that is why majority of them is now based in the Afar region. Second point, I told you about numbers, I told you about location. Third point is, how much is Afar regional government on board? Afar regional government is fully on board. I did a video 2 hours ago. Do watch that video. That video is about Ibrahim Usman. Ibrahim Usman is an Afar regional council member. He was working as head of agricultural and resource development in Afar. He protested against the activities of Tigray fighters in Afar. These Tigray fighters, dissident fighters, he protested, and as a protest, he decided to flee to Eritrea, reported. Eritrea obviously not going to support these dissident fighters. Eritrea, you know that Abil Said visited Adegarat. He met with TPLF activists. So Eritrea is on TPLF side. This Afar regional council member has fled to Eritrea because he's against the entry of Tigray fighters into the Afar region. If Afar regional government is on board regarding the training, regarding the sanctuary provided to these fighters on Afar territory, it means that federal government is also on board. Without federal government's approval, Afar government won't allow Tigray fighters to use their soil. I mean, if you remember, during Tigray war, Tigray fighters had to fight for days to enter Yalo, Gulina, Rapti. It took days of fighting. But now no fighting, no resistance from Afar. Tigray fight is there. It means Afar government is on board. It's on board because federal government is on board. Third point, I clarified about the role of Afar government. Fourth point I want to explain is my personal opinion, how to handle this challenge. I am giving this opinion because I think I have experience of covering all the Ethiopian conflicts in the last 4 to 5 years. I covered the war in the north in detail. I covered conflict in Amhara. I know how it started, how it progressed, how it's going. So I think I can give an advice. I am in a position, keeping in view my experience. I'm giving this advice. Why? Because really I feel for the people of Tigray. Uh, these people of Tigray suffered a lot during the war. Region destroyed. Uh, women suffered. Children, elderly suffered. That is why I think I should play my part in creating awareness about how to solve the issues in Tigray. My honest opinion I want to share with you. If you remember when Fano fighters launched their armed struggle in the Amhara region, what was the response of the federal government? What was the response of the Amhara government? Amhara government, federal government. They firstly underestimated Fano's capabilities. They thought they would crush Fano in a few days. They built the image of Fano as if the Fano are bandits, Fano are killers, Fano are anti-peace, Fano are against Ethiopia, Fano have the backing of outsiders, so they should be crushed. This is how Ethiopian federal government, Amhara government started against Fano. 2 years have passed. Fano groups grew bigger. Public support for Fano could not decrease. Entire region destabilized. Government wants to talk to Fano. Fano not interested. So those groups, those people in Tigray who are calling these Tigray dissident fighters anti-Tigray, please don't do that. Don't repeat the mistake committed in the Amhara region. They underestimated Fano, and you saw what happened there. Don't underestimate these fighters of Tigray, firstly. Don't call them enemies of Tigray. Don't call them anti-Tigray forces. Listen to them, talk to them. This is the time to engage them. TPLF, Tigray military, this is the time for you to form committees, to involve your elders, to involve religious leaders, to involve civil society, to involve your top tier, to involve your women, your children, your elderly to talk to these disgruntled Tigray fighters. And if you don't do it today, tomorrow you will do all that. But tomorrow perhaps it won't work. This is the time to talk to them. And you will only talk to them if you are willing to step back a little. If you're willing to accommodate these Tigray fighters on some level in Tigray. If TPLF is adamant that it won't share power with others, if Tigray military is adamant that it won't, that it has the force to crush dissidents and it won't share power with anyone, then talks won't happen. I am not aware of any sincere effort made so far for the start of talks between these Tigray fighters and the elders of Tigray, the ruling elites of Tigray. Why? What is TPLF waiting for? What is Tigray military waiting for? What happened in Adigrat yesterday is going to provide fuel to this armed movement in Tigray to progress. Abil Said's visit was ill-timed, I would say. It should not have happened at this point of time. Though I support, if you remember, I always support that there should be engagement between Tigray and Eritrea and Ethiopia. But this is not the time for TPLF to expose its links with Eritrea. Because if it happens, which has happened, it will give a justification to more Tigrayus to join this armed struggle. This is the time to talk to these people. It's the time to listen to their grievances, their concerns, and find common ground. Now I'm finished. Important point by A at Sound. He says, is it better if TPLF negotiates with RB or Gitacho than this group, as it is RB who is the sponsor of this group? Well, I think that Tigray military, TPLF, should talk to this group directly first. Let's see how much they're under the influence of the Gitacho people and the federal government. If they say that we won't talk until Getachew is involved, until federal government is involved, then they can be contacted too. But at this point of time, I think these groups should be engaged directly. Redemption says, I lost my father when I was just 8 years old because he was a member of EDU, taken from us because of the TPLF. What is EDU? Simon says, Sajid, are all these factions waiting on someone's preemptive strike? I don't know what they're waiting for, but I think they're silently building. Uh, and something big could happen, I think, if they're not engaged. They wanted to see how Varade starts his job. Varade so far is disappointing for them. He's formed a cabinet, but TPLF Gitacho issued a statement today rejecting the cabinet formed by Varade, calling it TPLF dominated. EDU is the Ethiopian Democratic Union. Romticha is enlightening us. Which the monarchy which fought against those is Ethiopian Democratic Union K12, it says. Now, viewers, I shared my views with you. I talked about the strategy, how to counter this threat. What do you think? What is the best strategy to overcome this challenge? Hayulom says there is only one TPLF, Sajid. Z says, what is your thought on the leaked calls? Well, I explained in a video today, I said that these Fano fighters, Fano commanders are endangering their lives, and they are becoming a tools of YouTube channels who are making money by airing interviews and activities of these Fano groups. Fano groups should try to ensure that they don't communicate with these journalists, social media activists. INSA, NIS, and INSA both are operating in Amhara region. They are recording calls, everything. And all that is possible because these Fano groups, Fano fighters are in touch with diaspora community, with journalists, with YouTube channel owners. They give interviews, so it's not difficult to locate them or to record their calls. Yeni Musica join. Welcome, Yeni. Yeni is a member too. Energy, how many? I could understand your comment. Could you write again? My life says no matter how much noise one makes, if they don't have the backing of the majority of the people, they have nowhere to go. They won't have backing of majority of people, but they will have backing of some groups in Tigray, especially southern Tigray. It's not going to be easy for Varede to dismantle all governments in southern Tigray. Once he does that, he might face resistance from the people there, from the groups based in Rala Mata, based in Afar. They will definitely get support, I think. They might not get support in Aksum, in Adwa, in Shere, but they will get support in Enderta, in southern Tigray, etc. Messi is asking about the phone call I shared a few hours ago between Skandar and AU IGAD officials. Some people said, Sajid, these AU IGAD officials, basically Ethiopians. That is why call was not genuine, it was fake. Well, I don't think the call is fake. Why? There is lots of Ethiopian presence in IGAD, in AU as well. IGAD chief is Ethiopian. There is both Ethiopian, non-Ethiopian presence in IGAD. In AU, same too. Just on the basis of accent of these speakers in the call, you cannot just say that the call is fake. I think Skandar should deny it. Did he deny it? Did he reject the call as fake? Did you hear that? I didn't hear any statement from Skandar rejecting the call as fake. Important question by End Time Eschatology says, what is eschatology? Is there a possibility that big time channels could join them? I don't know, but if it happens, that would perhaps be the stimulus they need. One big name If he joins, that could give new life to this movement. Thank you, Biniam, for buying the super chat sticker. Biniam says they should not call themselves TDF. It sounds like an if brand, cheaper version. They need to come up with other name. So I call them TDF. They haven't chosen, I think, a name for themselves. So they have chosen a name for the place where they are based. They're calling it free land. So they might choose the name to eschatology means end times religious scriptures. Great. Learning for me. Energy Harmony says media outlets except the Bretsy and TPLF have been relatively silent recently. Any new developments? Well, I think the way this armed resistance movement is silently building in Tigray, you could see change in reporting to by these medias. They won't be able to deny coverage to these armed men. They need money. They want money. They want to make money. And the activities of these Tigray fighters will sell, I think. So they might review their alliance with TPLF. And secondly, TPLF was waiting for Varade to take office. TPLF was waiting for Varade to form a cabinet. And now TPLF is fully on board with Varade. Varade is given line share to TPLF. Uh, so now Varade and TPLF jointly working. These media outlets might start their work. It will be difficult for them to just oppose these Tigray fighters. They opposed Getachew. Publicly, they opposed. But don't you think it will be difficult for them to oppose these armed groups? Antony says, Jalatut says, do you think Getachew and Sadkan going to join them if TPLF close the peaceful political space for them in Tigray? Well, they won't join publicly, but yes, they could be backing them. My life says the person who is feeding you the false information is definitely a strangled Getachew supporter. Which false information? With 42 minutes have passed. Thank you for watching tonight's live chat, this week's last live chat. Now I'll be back on Friday. I covered in tonight's live chat the activities of Tigray dissident fighters, where they are based, how many they are, how should they be tackled. Thanks for watching. I think all of you should raise your voice for peaceful solution to this conflict. Please don't take sides. Don't start criticizing these Tigray fighters as enemies of Tigray, and don't start praising them as if they are heroes. Just call for dialogue, pressurize TPLF and Tigray military to start discussions, It should happen now. If they decide, if the elites in Tigray decide to launch a military offensive, that could lead to start of a protracted instability and armed resistance movement in the Tigray region. Thanks for watching, viewers. I'll be back on Friday. Till then, bye bye.